We're good?
No, I need to get the book for Jessica.
Oh, I had it last night. Do you have it? Because I borrowed it last night.
Oh, what did you do with it?
Here it is. Here it is. I'll just open it here. It's here.
I don't have it.
It's here. It's here.
Oh, okay.
Here. You're going to use this for candles. Okay.
Thanks for telling me, woman. Love you.
All right. Shabbat Shalom. Hag Sameach. Since we're celebrating Yom HaAtzmaut, we're saying Hag Sameach. It's a wonderful thing to celebrate. I will share a little bit later, but I'm thrilled to be back after, well, I'm not thrilled to be back, but I'm thrilled that we had an amazing trip to Israel, and it is nice to be back with all of you. So we'll share a little bit more about that later. And we have wonderful voices joining us on the Bima tonight, which is also delightful and thrilling. We have Emerson and Maya and Taylor joining Cantor, so you're in for a treat with that. And it is the beginning of Sydney's Bat Mitzvah weekend, so Mazel Tov, and we're excited. But we're going to start with all of our music tonight that's not prayer or Shabbat music is Israel connected. So we are going to start with Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu.
And here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Salam Aleinu ve'al kolam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kolam. Salam, salam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
And it is my joy and honor to invite Sydney and her mom Jessica up to honor us by lighting the Shabbat candles. You can follow along on page 120.
Yeah, you're right, Jess.
If you have the thinner book, you'll follow the page numbers in the brackets. You're going to take this.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
That was lovely. Thank you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
This week, let me turn this back on. I was trying to avoid everyone hearing the sound of me opening the can of the grape juice. Okay. This week is Huntington Interfaith Climate Week, and there have been different events going on. And this Sunday at Cinema Arts at 3 o'clock, there's a movie called Kiss the Ground with Woody Harrelson about the environment. But I had the honor of writing a prayer that is being read at all the houses of worship, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, that are participating in this Climate Week. So we begin with this prayer. Lush mountains, vast oceans, tiny seeds, grains of sand, each one beautiful, each one precious. You, our Creator, have given us a gift, the gift of land and air and sea. Without these seemingly basic gifts of creation, we could not exist. You have entrusted us to care for this world, to till and to tend, to plow and to sow. Help us to meet the challenge of preserving our earth. Help us to conserve our resources. Teach us not to exploit the trees, not to pollute the rivers and sky. Bless us with a sense of gratitude and contentment. Fill us with the miracle of creation. We are blessed. We are responsible. We are one with all creation. We turn now to page 124 as we welcome Shabbat. And we pray responsively. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy, and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We turn to page 146 as we rise for the Baruch Hu. Turn the page to page 148. roll into dark.
Roll into dark, roll into night. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Oreo, Elai, Kore, Oribne Hoshe, Kore, Oribne Hoshe, Behoshe Mibne Yor. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
If you have a thicker copy of Mishkan Tefillah, don't lose your place here. We're going to be on page 152, but you can also turn to page 541, which is the Yom HaOtzmaut section, but it only works if you have the thicker version that does not have the numbers in the brackets. Otherwise, you can just listen as we intersperse some readings for Yom HaAtzmaut. This is Aleph Daled Gordon, A.D. Gordon, one of the early Zionist pioneers. At times, you imagine that you, too, are taking root in the soil that you are digging. Like all that is growing around, you are nurtured by the light of the sun's rays with food from heaven. You feel that you, too, live a life in common with the tiniest blade of grass, with each flower, each tree, that you live deeply in the heart of nature, rising up from all and growing straight up into the expanse of the world. Page 152, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema
Be seated as we continue with Love Adonai for our Via Hafta, kind of page 154, but probably better to just listen and sing along as you hear them.
With all your heart, with
Turning to page 545, again, if you have the thicker book, a reading of redemption before the Micha Mocha that will be on page 158. This is by Abraham Joshua Heschel. Israel is a personal challenge, a personal religious issue. It is a call to every one of us as an individual, a call which one cannot answer vicariously. The ultimate meaning of the state of Israel must be seen in terms of the vision of the prophets, the redemption of all. The religious duty of the Jew is to participate in the process of continuous redemption, in seeing that justice prevails over power, that awareness of God penetrates human understanding. We turn back to page 158, Micha Mocha. They were great, weren't they? Yeah. Yay. I just want to be.
Thank you, Molly.
We turn now to page 161 as we pray together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And before we get to the Amidah, it is my pleasure to invite Taylor Ettinger to share a few words from her Israel experience in February, and she'll tell you what it was and how it happened.
So, through our confirmation program here, we have this opportunity to join a program, we'll be nominated for a program called Project Understanding. And Project Understanding is this program that sends Long Island students, 6 Jewish students and 6 Catholic students in their junior year together to go to Israel. So through confirmation, I was able to get nominated. I wrote an essay and I had an interview, and for my sake, I got chosen for this program. So we met 4 times and we all kind of got to know each other a little bit. But then we actually went to Israel, and you got thrown into this group of kids, and for my year it was 24 kids because we were trying to catch up from COVID, and you get thrown into this whole experience with 23 kids that you don't really know, and you're kind of living with them for 10 days, and on my sake, I spent my birthday with them on a plane when I lost 7 hours of my birthday. But through this, you not only got to learn about your own religion, and we went to all the Jewish historical sites. We went to Tel Aviv, we went to Jerusalem, we went to the Old City, we went to the Dead Sea, but not only did I get to learn about my own religion and my own history throughout my Jewish religion, but I also got to learn a new perspective that I had never even thought of before. Throughout this trip, I remember going to my Catholic friends multiple times and asking them questions because I actually wanted to know more about the Catholic religion. And it wasn't that I was turning my back on Judaism because I thought they were more interesting. It was that I had a genuine curiosity to know what my friends knew and to know what their own experiences are with their religion and how we related to each other. And through this trip, we not only went to Jewish historical sites, we went to Catholic historical sites, and we all felt the same together. We all felt this rich history that we got to experience. And I remember sitting with my friend Erin one night and just talking about how important this trip was because of the friendships that I got to make. Yes, it was so important to me to learn about my own Jewish experiences, but these friends that I've met with them multiple times since we left Israel, and we talk on a daily basis because we're still asking each other questions because we're still so curious. And this experience has truly changed my life, and it's not just a college essay experience. It's something that I will take with me to my future, and when I go on Birthright, I will be constantly talking about the difference between the 2 trips and how I wish I was going back to these Catholic historical sites because Birthright, unfortunately, probably doesn't do that as much because it's focused on the Jewish culture. And me and my friends hopefully one day are going to go back to Israel together so we can re-experience this as in our older years and when we're maybe more wiser and less teenager-ish. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you. And it really is a life-changing experience, and I'm glad that it had that effect on you as well. And Taylor and some of her friends have made a video that we'll share at this year's confirmation service to inspire our current 10th graders to apply when they're in 11th grade. And we've been blessed at our congregation to have students going since the program began in 1988. We don't get every year, but they like to take kids from Beth Torah, so it's very exciting. Before we rise for the Amidah, another thought from the Israel section. Without the Hebrew language, there is no Torah. Without the Torah, there is no Jewish people. We rise together on page 166 for the Amidah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevih Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. We continue responsively on page 170. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. We turn to page 175 for Ritzeh. Page 555, if you don't have the thicker book, just you listen. Cantor, can you turn my mic up a little bit? I'm getting some requests. I'll also stand here. That might help.
That's loud.
Okay. Whoa. They'll be hearing me everywhere. A special insert for our prayers of thanksgiving is on page 555. It's a special insert for Yom HaAtzmaut. So as we're reading this, I ask you to offer your own prayers of thanksgiving and to think in your own minds why you are thankful that there is a state of Israel. Bimei Shivat Zion b'yameinu nikvutzu banecha levanot hitbanot be'artsecha. In the return to Zion of our time, your people gathered in your land to build it up and to be built up themselves. They established this Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, as a festival of joy, thanksgiving, and praise to you. As you perform miracles for our ancestors, do likewise for us, saving us now as you did then. We pray for peace. Shalom Rav. Page 170. We take these next few moments for silent prayer, for the meditations of our hearts, and for a time to listen for the voice of God, to the sound of holiness, if we're open to hearing it.
for peace. I pray for love. I pray that light will shine up on Israel. On Israel. Oh, I ask you, my Redeemer, I ask you, when you see her, protect her, love her as I do. Avinu, Shabbat Shemayim. Avinu, Shabbat Shemayim. Sor Yisrael, Sor Yisrael, V'koalo. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na.
That was beautiful. Fabulous. I'm not moving, so it's not me. Interesting. Am I going to speak first and then you guys are going to sing?
Sure, well, they could
Okay.
probably use a little break.
Okay. Okay, as long as we know the source.
Oh, it's just being against the stand?
Oh, okay.
It's not okay.
Okay. So I am looking for a theme to capture the last 11 days that we spent on the Temple Beth Torah trip to Israel. First, I think synagogues, because we went to a lot of synagogues. We went to the Kotel, the wall in Jerusalem, and the first 10 yards, 10 meters of the wall are designated as an Orthodox synagogue. So we followed the customs. We split up men and women. When we wanted to do something together, we hung out in the back. But we had a beautiful experience. We also visited the egalitarian section, and you still, or again, can't touch the wall in the egalitarian section. But one improvement was that I'd say about 5 years ago, they put up scaffolding. And they said that some of the bricks at the top of the wall above this egalitarian section, which is still just a makeshift platform, was loose. Okay, so that makes sense, and they should fix it. But 5 years later, the scaffolding was still there. But this time, as opposed to in December when I was there, the scaffolding was down. So you still can't get all the way to the wall yet. I have pictures of me at the wall at that spot from years ago, but we're making progress. We sat in the ruins of the Beit Knesset on Masada and imagined Jews 2,000 years ago offering prayers for guidance, prayers for saviors. The Romans were attacking. This was their Beit Knesset, and we could sit in it. We visited an ancient altar at Tel Dan, way in the north of Israel, and we could look over the ledge and see the Lebanese border, the rolling hills of Lebanon, right outside of this ancient altar. And when we visited the mystical city of Sfat, we saw the Harari synagogue, or Ha'ari, and it's painted light blue for luck and has an ark, or bima, in the middle of the sanctuary. This is the synagogue of Isaac Luria, who is credited with much of what we know about Kabbalah and the teachings. It is in that spot that Lecha Dodi was written. And when they say we imagine the Sabbath bride coming over the hills, those were the hills that we could see, green and lush and beautiful, surrounding Tzfat. But if I use the theme synagogue, then you would think that Israel was just about religion and Judaism. And it is about religion. It's about Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Druze faith, Baha'i faith, and others. So Judaism is about religion. Israel is about religion. But it's not just about religion. So then I thought, what did we spend the most of our time doing? Eating. By far, right? I haven't eaten anything in 2 days since I've been home because I had to compensate for this. So why not select food as a theme? There were huge Israeli breakfasts in every hotel that we went to, with burekas and shakshuka, with cherry tomatoes and cucumbers, with 15 different kinds of cheeses, with all different kinds of fish, with nuts and yogurts, with grapefruit, it was so good, and watermelon, with homemade breads. Israeli breakfasts at the hotels are unbelievably yummy. But that wasn't it. That wasn't all. We also went to a Bedouin hospitality site where we rode camels, and they made chicken and potatoes and vegetable dish for us that literally was baked in a hole in the ground that they pulled out on. It looked like a thing you'd have crumpets on and tea, like a multi-tiered tray, and they pulled it out of the ground and served a delicious meal with a flat pita-type bread that was baked in the ashes nearby. We had Druze hospitality at Mona's house up in a Druze village in the north. She made mejadara, which is rice and lentils, another dish which is chicken and rice, and the pan's turned upside down and then pulled off, so you have this beautiful hat-shaped, yummy dish. She made malabi, a typical dessert, an Arabic dessert. And after her house, we went to a bakery, and the baker taught us how to make kanafe, which is like angel hair. It looks like angel hair pasta, but like wheat and cheese and ghee and syrup, and it's made on this funky thing that goes round and round. And of course, we had to try that as well. We took an Israeli cooking class one night and learned how to make shish kebab and other meats out on the grill. And inside, we were making cauliflower tabbouleh and hummus and tahini and focaccia. It was so much fun. We had some very good wines that night also. Another stop was the Salad Trail, which is a museum about agriculture in Israel. And we ate cherry tomatoes, which were invented in Israel, and cucumbers right off the vine, and strawberries, and picked different mint and spices. Oh, but that's not all. We had the best dried fruit ever at Machane Yehuda. We had etrog drinks at Machane Yehuda. And then at the end, on our very last day, on Yom Ha'atzmaut, the tour company we were working with set up like a food truck, food stand in the middle of this field near a kibbutz under a gorgeous 800-year-old tree. And they made smoked chicken and prime rib and vegetarian chorizo and vegetables and more yummy bread. And we came in, they had kofa kebabs, like the chutney one. Instead of a skewer, they used cinnamon sticks. Everything was so yummy. And I'll end that we made glida. We didn't make it, we ate glida, which is Israeli gelato, all over the place, especially at Otello. That was our favorite. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm going to stop with the food theme now. But if I chose food as the theme, you'd think Israel is about different cultures and fresh food and connecting with the earth. And it is, but it's not just that. I could have said the borders as a theme. We visited 3 places along the Gaza border. At one, we were invited to put ceramic tiles on a wall. So there was the border wall, and right behind it was an outpost where there were Gazan people watching us. And then maybe a football field away, there was a secondary wall. The purpose of that wall was that no one could shoot right into the kibbutz. You couldn't shoot horizontally into the kibbutz. But what the kibbutzniks did was this woman, she painted a mural on the wall. And when guests come on a program called Paths to Peace, you write a note on the back of a ceramic tile, and you match the color to any yellow tile could go on any yellow spot on the mural, or a black tile could go on a black spot. And they were very pretty tiles. And we participated. We were standing 100 yards from the Gaza border. We also sat at the Lebanese border, and this was from the Banyas National Park. And at the Syrian border, which we reached by jeep, we learned about the geopolitical situation. We could see Syria. We saw a map that showed us how close we were to Syrian outposts, Iranian outposts, and Chinese outposts. Was that a knife? No, that was Siri. Because at least it's mine, not yours. That's creepy. No, I didn't touch my phone. I know that. We also drove along the fence that divides the West Bank from Israel proper. But if I picked the theme of borders, then you'd be worried about war and might not realize how safe we felt and how beautiful the land of Israel is and the surrounding lands are, and how close everything is in the Middle East. You'd only think about Israel as about politics and security. And of course it is, but it's not just that. So what about the people? The people who shared their homes with us and their stories. We learned about Israeli pioneers who made bullets in an underground factory. And on the wall of this underground factory was a picture of Yarom Tzvi, whose great-grandchildren are in our Hebrew school. And he was one of the 25 people who worked in this factory. We met the wine guy who 3 years ago decided to grow grapes in the Negev and makes wine. His passion, even today, was to make the desert bloom. I happen to have liked the wine there. That wasn't other people's favorite, because we went to another winery also up in the north. We didn't get to go to the whiskey factory, so we have to go back on another trip. We met David, who volunteers at the Guide Dog Foundation of Israel. He came on Yom HaAtzmaut, a national holiday, to share with us his passion for training the guide dogs so they can help the blind. And if they don't pass that level, then they help children on the autism spectrum. And if they don't pass that level, then they help soldiers with PTSD. And if they fail all 3 of those levels, they're ambassadors for the program. But we got to see the dogs and hear his passion for this work. And what about the ambucycle rider who we went to United Hatzalah, and he happened to be there. He lives in Mitzpeh Ramon, where we had spent time earlier in the trip. So he showed us his ambucycle and talked about the work he does and how passionate he is about helping save lives in the crater down south. We met a woman from Rotterdam who left with her 4 children because of anti-Semitism she experienced at her kids' school when the kids were wearing a kippah. She felt safer living on a kibbutz on the Gazan border than she did staying in Rotterdam. We learned about the Israelis who are protesting by the hundreds of thousands to maintain a Supreme Court that acts as a check and balance to the Knesset and to the Prime Minister. We were impressed by the Israeli tenacity to protest 16 weeks in a row. If I picked people, then you would think Israel is full of passionate people who love living there. And it truly is. In 11 days, we met people, ate food, felt the religious tension, explored holy sites, the man-made ones and the natural ones. We commemorated Yom HaShoah and visited Yad Vashem. We stood for 2 sirens on Yom HaZikaron, Israel Memorial Day, with the rest of the country, where you stand in silence for 2 minutes. And we went to a very large gathering the night of Yom HaZikaron, which was one of the national memorials that told the stories of people who've died in the past year, to terrorist attacks and in any military conflicts, and those who've died throughout the ages. But it wasn't just sad. It was sad, but it wasn't just sad. There was hope. There was a feeling of sacrifice. There were songs being sung, and thousands of Israelis and others like us joining together. And the next night, we gathered for Yom HaAtzmaut with concerts and silly string and children running and playing late into the night. Wow. The Israel we experienced is 75 years old and still growing and going strong. She needs our love and support, but is truly coming into her own. So our next trip for families is December 2024, and we'll put an adult trip on the calendar as well. And I invite you to join me. Am Yisrael Chai. May the people of Israel live. And we have some songs to help us continue our celebration. And we invite Emerson and Maya and Taylor back to their microphones.
So, hello, no. So, one of these songs we've been singing for, I couldn't even tell you how many years. And I can't say that it really has all that much to do with Israel, except for that there's one line, and that line is, hello, okay, okay, and that line is, a new light is about to shine on Zion. And we kind of took that because it's a combination of a psalm and some other liturgy, but we grabbed onto that line, and we had the thought of it being, you know, bringing this new energy, like somebody like Taylor going to visit Israel, and bringing that new energy to Israel and hopefully ushering it into the future. And let's do it.
Come from
There's a blessing all around, from the sky to the ground. So back down from your frown, listen to the sound. If you're lost, stay put, just wait to be found. Plant yourself down. And if you fall, get up, cause you're not that far gone. There's a new light about to shine in Zion. If you made it this far, you can push through to dawn. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I lift my eyes, I lift my eyes. To my surprise, beneath the lies, I can rise and you can rise. Lift my eyes, I lift my eyes. To my surprise, beneath the lies, I can rise and you can rise. 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 We can rise. We can rise. We can rise. Whoa.
So the next piece that we're going to play for you is not one piece. It's a combination of several very well-known Israeli melodies that we thought would be an interesting way of celebrating Yom HaAtzmaut with some legit Israel tunes. But I'm afraid. Let's see. It's all right. Okay. Ready? You started. Ani ve'ata nishaneh ha'olam. Ani ve'ata ad yavo ha'gula. Amru et ze kodem lefanai zeo mishaneh. Ani ve'ata nishaneh ha'olam. Atza aleinu, atza aleinu, atza aleinu. Atza aleinu, atza aleinu, atza aleinu. Farashnu b'gal zaranu, farashnu b'gal zaranu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu, aval od lo katzanu. Bashana הבאה נשב אל המרפסת לזכור פורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ושחקות תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, אנו לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, אנו לכל שירייך אני That's good.
That was gorgeous. We turn now to page 586 as we rise for the Aleinu. 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lateit gdula yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzon, v'lo samanu kimishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
We turn to page 598. We remember all those fallen soldiers who sacrificed their lives for the state of Israel and those who were victims of terror. We remember, too, those for whom we are in a period of Shloshim, the month of mourning. Lazar Lieberman, father of Roman Lieberman. Richard Moskowitz, cousin of Rabbi Stephen Moskowitz. And Hamza Ukani, friend of Natasha Kalixi. And those whose yurtzites fall at this season: Betty Citron, Clara Cohen, Sylvia Cohen, Salvador Croce, Jane Dallas, Alfred Freiberger, Bonnie Gottesman, Donald Greener, Irving Joseph, Steve Kaminsky, Francis Kaplan, Joseph Kirsten, Leon Langberg, Marvin Meth, William Murphy, Noel Nathanson, Florence Nurnberg, Norman Reifman, Charles Rosenblum, Sidney Rosenblum, Abraham Joseph Rubin, Louis Schwartzbrot, Jack Schulman, Dorothy Spatt, Michael Susserman, Eli Taff, Helen Tiffin, and Jean Weiss. Is there anyone else who you are saying Kaddish for tonight? So we turn to page 598 with our hearts full of love and memory. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yishei shmei Rabbah min mivarak le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah brichu. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiram v'yalma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say,
Amen.
We remain standing as we invite Sydney to come back to the bima with her dad, Michael, and we'll ask Mike to grab the Kiddush cup before the full one. Okay. Come right over to the middle. Give you a mic here.
heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav v'anu b'shabbat kodesh be'ahava u'ratzon hinilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'yetziat mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim b'shabbat kodesh be'ahava u'ratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
Have a sip of our fine grape juice. Fine. Please be seated. Well done. Well. Where do you want to stand? Oh, it is my honor, it is, he was here, I didn't have to invite him up, to invite Dr. Brian Goldstein, the president of our congregation, to share a few words and gifts with Sydney.
Thank you, Rabbi. Sydney, it is truly my privilege and honor to represent the Board of Trustees and give you some of these gifts. Actually, Sydney and I prepared a little duet. You want to come back here? No, I'm kidding. So, you should be really proud of yourself. You've really done it already. You know that. Like, tomorrow's just fluff. Like, you just get to perform what you've been doing all this time. It's a big deal, and you should treat it that way. You're a big deal. This whole thing, you, your family, should soak it all up. You should feel very proud. I think, I remember, is this the Torah Parsha that has the
That
golden
horrible
rule?
one?
The golden rule? I think it has the golden
Yeah,
rule.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really a great Parsha. You'll tell everybody about it tomorrow. No teasers. Anyway, the first gift you got was the Kiddush cup that you just drank from. That's from the Brotherhood and Sisterhood. May you use that in simchas and beautiful things in your future. And you can choose the beverage of your choice as you get older. We have a beautiful certificate of bat mitzvah. It's really nice, and the clergy, every time they sign so beautifully, right? Look at that. Really well done. Really well done. Display this proudly in your home. It represents all the hard work coming to this day, but do not think of this as an end to your journey. We want you back at our teen programming. So remember that. We have a one-year teen membership for the Suffolk JCC. That's great. And last but not least, you've got a large gift certificate towards a teen trip to Israel. So you heard Taylor's story about Israel, you heard the Rabbi's story about Israel. Maybe you'll take advantage and take a trip yourself. So these are all yours. Mazel tov. And enjoy. No, these are yours, right? Yes,
No, leave that one up
Is that
here.
your book?
It's Cantor's fancy book.
Oh, I'll take it.
We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Yay. We now turn to page 371 as we offer prayers of healing. We offer for, I got them over here. Start with this. For Janice Plisco, Art Grodsky, Scott Shattuck, Louise Grailsheimer, Ellen Pensky, Susan Gavin, for Richard Berg, for Steve Carmel on his upcoming surgery, for Barbara Kaiser on her upcoming surgery, For Heidi Allen and Maria Schmal, friends of the Natkinsons. For David Golden. For Steve Swerdloff. For Agnes Handel, niece of Jan Barkin. For Logan Swerdloff. For Charles Steinberg, father of Glenn Steinberg. For Sandy Fox, mother of Kathy Rafelson. For Linda Walters, mother of Marnie Gershowitz. For Arlene Kreit, mother of Alan Kreit. For Barbara Selps, mother of Beth Silverman. For David Leinhardt, son of Claire and Wally Leinhardt. For Dave Goldstein, father of Brian Goldstein. For Merle Perlow. For Fern Bernstein. For Alex Bernstein. Who else are we praying for this evening? Judy. Jaya Kowarski and Joni Spielberg. Miriam. Ben Hirsch. Thank you. Susan.
Colleen Jans and Olivia Flynn.
Thanks. Maxine.
Daniel Stegman and John Russo.
Thanks. Pam.
Emily Kirby.
Thank you. Jessica.
Melvin Lepp.
Thank you. Thank you, Howard. So we pray for healing for all those we named, for all those on our Mishaberak list. A reminder, if you do know someone who is no longer in need of being on our Mishaberak list, let us know. We try not to take the names off unless you've asked us to. And let's accept prayers of healing on our own bodies and souls so that we can serve the world in better ways. And then let's send these prayers of healing out into the universe.
Mishabeira avoteinu mekor abracha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. Mishabeira imotenu mikor abracha imotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen va'amen, and a complete and speedy healing. We get to celebrate as well. So let's see if we have any April, May birthdays, anniversaries. Maxine, I think you have a birthday coming up. Happy birthday. Stand up. Howard Rankin. Oh, it was in the beginning of the month, wasn't it? Of April. Did we already? Well, did we bless you yet?
I don't
Stand
think
up.
so. We didn't bless you
I
yet.
don't think we did. I thought I was looking at the May list. When's your birthday? Oh, stand up, Sydney. April 20th. Happy birthday,
When's
happy
your
bat
birthday,
mitzvah.
Olivia?
All right, Olivia. Mike,
Uh-oh.
happy birthday. When's your birthday?
May 2nd.
All right. They're having a big party for you tomorrow. Oh, we have like the whole family and all the friends. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
I have one this year.
No. I'm looking on my list here, make sure nobody's escaping my notice. Any anniversaries?
No celebrations of any kind?
We're not missing anything out too soon, are we? All right, so we need a wonderful, tonight I just want a wonderful Shekiano. Not a fabulous one, just a
We had
wonderful.
we had an anniversary?
Oh, it's true, they're all birthdays.
Yep.
Denise, you a birthday or anniversary? Both.
Ah,
Oh, both.
you just
Happy
kicked us
both.
into Shehekianu.
Okay. Happy both.
Baruch Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh. Amen. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Ad Mea ve'esrim, to at least 120 years. We offer you lots of blessings. Making sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, Mary and Tony, happy anniversary. And you were included in that Shechianu and blessing there. I don't think we missed anybody else who's with us today. Dr. Brian Goldstein, would you share some upcoming events with us as well?
I would love to.
Thank you. Well, get out of your way. I'll take all these goodies away.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Brian.
What a great service. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Cantor. And our teen band, our singers, our TBT teen trio.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when you guys do your next recording, the Ritzay's got to be on there. The Shalom Rav. You guys are killing it. You get better every time. Thank you. Emerson, Maya, Taylor. Thank you, thank you.
Maya's graduating this year.
Well,
It always happens. I can't keep
it's
them.
a shame that she's going to have to come back for each performance
Got
from
accepted
school.
into the honors program at Penn State, so we can't stop her. Yeah. So she will be here for the graduation service, and I'm sure she'll do some singing at that service as well. So we look
She
forward to that.
will.
I have Taylor for 1 more year, and I got Emerson for 3 more.
And Rabbi, thank you for sharing that wonderful trip. Amy was tugging at me and saying, we're going. So thanks a lot, I guess. And Taylor, thank you for sharing. That's a wonderful program. So you guys take note, and everybody else out there, that Project Understanding is really an eye-opener and a wonderful experience. Some upcoming things, also, Mazel Tov to Sydney and the whole Lazar Mishpacha. Really, take it all in. Couple of things coming up. Tomorrow morning, no Torah study. It's going to resume in May in person. Sunday, we've got a couple of really big things going on. Our blood drive, still accepting reservations.
Come in the afternoon, we have 57 reservations, but we're looking for a great 60.
So
Wow.
close.
We've
Our
won
record
for
last
blood.
year of about 60. We're so close. And blood is in high demand right now. We really need to do. Each donation can save up to 3 lives. So come join us for that. You could talk to Miriam or call the office, or you can't do that anymore. So talk to Miriam, or online. Can we still sign up?
You can still sign up online, or you can just come on down.
And in addition, we also have on Sunday at 11 a.m. a Shoah presentation from Fred Gross, and we still also can accept reservations for that. There's a
Do you know there's a brunch at 11? Right, breakfast at 11.
There's food.
food and the Yom HaShoah. And there's a $5 donation which goes towards the Witness Project, which is also a wonderful program that puts our kids in touch and in a relationship with survivors. It's ongoing, not just a one-time. It's multiple meetings and a year-long relationship. It's a great program. A couple of big things down the pike. Not so far away, just over a week, Saturday, May 6th, is our David Joshua Berg Early Learning Center celebration. I'm told that we passed the deadline, but if you know somebody who can get you in, you could still sign up. Shh, I didn't say that, but maybe you could still sign up. Maybe. But you could still join somehow. So talk to Lauren Finkelstein after if you want to get involved. Confirmation ceremony, May 25th. June 2nd, Adult B'nai Mitzvah Shabbat. They've been working hard at this. This is going to be really good. Come to that. Sunday, June 4th, end of the year celebration. Last year's was great. I think they're kind of mirroring a lot of what we did last year, except the food truck, I think we're limiting it to, the ice cream truck, it's 1 per person, okay? Because last year, I think there were a few people that took a few ice creams, little liberties, so
You
1
know what
per.
people did? They didn't liked their flavor, and they just dumped it and went and got another one, because they were afraid. They were mostly people under 4 that did that. Mostly.
Friday, June 16th, our Amuna Shabbat with Karen Tannenbaum. That's going to be great. And then in June, end of June, Monday the 26th, TBT annual golf, mahjong, tennis, and food outing at the Hamlet. It's a great event. That's another one you want to be involved in. Either join us, sponsor, or help out and donate your time. And you can still, it's the registration, I think, has just gone out. I think that sums it up.
And May 19th.
Is
May 19th, there's a Shabbat dinner. We're honoring our teens, but afterwards, there's Shabbat membership dinner for the whole congregation. If you're sustaining or above, it's included in your membership. Otherwise, there's a slight fee. But we're having a temple Shabbat dinner. We haven't done that in a
there's
while.
so much going on.
Very busy place. Very busy place. All right. We're gonna-
We have everybody rise as we close the service with Hatikva.
Our God and God of our mothers and fathers, please continue to bless us with the ability to visit Israel. And we pray that our children and our children's children and their children and beyond will continue to support and love and visit and spend time in Eretz Yisrael. And we say, Amen.
Shabbat
Please join us
shalom.
for some goodies outside. Thanks, guys. Well, it worked out well for me.
I was having major FOMO mid-ceremony, and then my friend texted me that everyone's leaving and needs it, so I was like, oh, so I need to go to it.
Thank you, Maxine. I will see you on Sunday. Sunday morning, I'll be helping out with the Shoah presentation that they were talking about and donating blood, so, and then I'll go back out.
You're gonna donate blood?
I am. I have special blood. I have special blood. I'm gonna drink a lot of water
Do you
this
weigh
time.
enough to donate blood?
I'm like fat now.
What blood are you? What type?
I'm O negative or O positive.
I'm
or
gonna go up
something.
and close it. Just bring the computer.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll let you go. You have to talk to people.
No, I have to break down all these microphones and stuff.